What's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So I decided to stream. I'm actually doing a late night thing. I played a little Zookeeper live earlier, but I just want to kind of just finish up this chassis, I guess, for Jeff. The G07, I had a K4900 where I wanted to redo the neckboard things. I might get to that. I don't know. It's kind of late and I have a long day tomorrow. It's like 3:30-ish around there. So it's lots of fun. Cool. Bot Zerker, what's going on? Awesome. I also have to kind of tweak. I have my fan going on sometimes when I'm soldering, and I noticed that it gets a little grainy because it's trying to filter out that at the same time. I have to play around with my compression and noise suppression and all that crap. Still kind of new at it, but should be good. Hopefully, you guys can hear me fine, like I said. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch over. So, welcome to chat. Welcome to the channel. If you guys haven't already seen, you can subscribe. You could, oops, actually, that's the bench, which I will turn on in a second. I left it dark for a reason. So let's see here. There we go. So I'm going to just put in my branding really quick. It's an excellent channel. If you guys aren't already subscribed, hopefully you guys get notified. I heard that YouTube is doing something where they're not notifying people depending on their interest. So some people have said, hey, I don't get notified when you go live. Not my fault. It's a YouTube thing. I'm also on Twitter. I've posted stuff on there. I recently just got Nightmare in the Dark for MBS. So I posted that on there. And I also posted it on, not Twitter, but God, it's so late. But anyway, Instagram. There we go. Awesome. All right. So let me switch over to my bench. What I'm going to do is I usually just typically switch over first. And then I turn on the light. There we go. Nice and bright. So this is the G07. I'm going to look at it here, but basically the flyback had to be replaced. The hot was fine. I tested the voltage regulator. R906 got replaced. R517 got replaced. And also the chassis neckboard reflowed. It reflowed everything. And he had gotten it from my buddy Jeff. He got it from eBay seller saying that he did a cap kit on it and the flyback was replaced. I don't think it was a new flyback personally, because the old flyback, I think I have it here. This is the old flyback. I'm not sure if anything's going on with it. He actually took it out and it just, for whatever reason, wasn't working. And just to rule this out, I kind of just was shotgunning and I said, let me take out the flyback because it did look kind of old. I cleaned it up, but it was pretty gross. So it could have been this. This one does not look to me like a new flyback. It just has everything's all ripped. And I'm not sure if this is glue or just stuff that got melted, but just to be safe, I took it out and I replaced it with a Arcade Parts and Repair one. You know, they're still Chinese knockoffs, but at least we know it's new. I redid all this stuff over here. What else did I do? This was already done. Jeff already, I think he said, I'm not sure if this is all done, but he actually swapped the pots. This is the B+ pot. We got to test B+. We'll do that in a later video. I'm just kind of just putting it on the bench for now, but I'm not going to actually fire it up. He might have changed these out as well. You know, all these pots. But redid everything. I removed everything from the chassis. When it came to resistors, I lifted one leg up and tested everything. This one was actually good. It was just in really bad shape. I can grab it. Yeah, it right here. So yeah, it was kind of like rusted. I don't know if you can see that if I zoom in. But yeah, it was pretty rusted over here, and some of the cement, I think this is cement that's on there, like kind of came off. So just to be safe, you can see it's even getting on my hands here. I decided to switch it out because I had the part. What else did I take? I think I took this off too. I'm probably gonna leave this off. See how rusted it is? You don't really need this. A lot of times they're missing. I just ended up, in order to get to some of the caps, you got to take it off. So I just kind of left it off. You know, I don't think it's a big deal. I'll keep it just in case. I also noticed, not on this one. This one's actually really nice, but I have one that was all rusted on mine. So I had to actually sand it down to take the rust off, just so it'll stick better. Oh, here's the other thing that I did is I updated all of them to have these silicone mylar instead of the plastic one. So you don't even have to put any compound on. You just put it on there. It's good to go. I did remove the just now, probably I don't know, earlier today. I took out the two ICs that were here. Usually those are for the vertical output, and he was getting vertical um, collapse. So I kind of took them out and tested them. I think they tested fine, but I'm gonna compare them to new ones that I just got. I got a whole big order from Arcade Parts and Repair. I just did a giveaway too. I gave away $100 basically credit, and then here I am, like not even a month later, ordering like $350 worth of parts. I just wanted to stock up because these things are like $35 each. These flybacks. I ended up just putting it in there for Jeff. It's not a big deal. When I'm telling you, when you pay it forward, I don't expect any money from Jeff. I enjoy doing this. I'm benefiting. You guys are benefiting, just by having it to stream. So I never ask for any money. Like, he's a buddy of mine. We do that stuff all the time. He's giving me parts. I give him parts. That's how it should be. We shouldn't have to pay each other for stuff. Anyway, so that's this. I'm going to kind of zoom back out. What I'm going to do is, and these are tags. You can get these on this is the one he had. I actually have them. He has a blank one, just to give you an example. These are made by Avery. They're on Amazon. Get I don't know, 100 of them for like $10 or something, or cheaper. And then you just, tag it up. So in this case, he already had a tag on there. But I've had chassis where I just, I label them up to make sure. And then you kind of just put a history of what you've done. That's what I usually do. But you forget. I've forgotten. Some chassis I'm like, does this work? I have no idea. But anyway, this should be good to go once I put those in there. But first, before I do anything, do a quick unboxing of the parts. So this is like $350 I spent, and this thing is pretty heavy. So I figured I'd crack it open in front of you guys. See what we got here. And I could take out the parts that I need. Most are for a G07, but I did order some extra parts. I think I ordered flybacks just to stock up on them because they're going to go away. Every time I do orders, I always try to save on shipping and order flybacks, but they're expensive. That's where the main cost was. So I could throw all this out. This isn't packing material. It's actually stuff in here. So I got some pots. I got some, I think just in case, I got a G07 IC. Just in case. It's really rare if you have to replace that, but just in case. I hate trying to do something basically I needed this part. His was bad. This goes actually to the hot. And I didn't have this on hand. I was like, so I like to order them just to have a really good stock. That way if I need something, I can grab it. And I know I'm going to use it in the future. They're not going to go to waste. So mainly these are flybacks here. Let me actually double check that there's nothing in here. Nope. This might just be packing. I'm going to check and see. And I ordered one of these. These are actually for G07s. It's supposed to fit perfectly in there, and I just got one because I don't have one. I figured for an extra $1 or $2, I can just save on shipping. And then these are the flybacks. What I like to do, I like to label them all up first. Let's see what we got here. This one here, and where's the, what? I have a packing slip. Maybe it's in here. I'll check. Let me check off camera because. Oh, you know what else I got? I don't know if I'm going to install this today, but I will. So this is, I saw Mike from our Amateur Arcade Repair. It's like his YouTube channel. He actually had a vertical horizontal centering pot kit. So this is like a mod that you put on there because normally the G07 has jumpers. And if you take those out and put these in its place, it actually gives you a pot where you can dial it in better. I ordered, I think, a whole bunch of those. I didn't even have them before. It must be a new kit that I've never heard of. But so this is a centering. I think I might have gotten 4 of them because I have like 3 chassis that I got to work on now, and I wanted one for a spare. to have it. But wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. So the first thing I do, I might not do it now, but I usually label everything, figure out what part's what. 2SC 1507, 2SD 1138. I think those are these. Yeah. And by the way, my Band-Aid, I cut myself yesterday on the food processor. I was handling the blades, and I didn't realize it was there, and I reached for it and went like that, and slice. So I needed a butterfly stitch. I don't know if I needed stitches, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to the hospital now. But it's fine. It wouldn't stop bleeding, but it finally did. So I think we're fine. This is all that other chassis. And then this one here needs to be replaced. And then these are 1138. So I saw 1138 in here. I'm just going to grab it. So let me see if this is working here. So as usual, Joshua Manypenny says, Deli! That's cool. He's also saying when I was playing on Facebook, yeah, I was streaming earlier on with Zookeeper on Facebook, High Score forum there, who's one of the groups there. But he said he was talking about the K7000. My wife said he should check R101. So maybe I should check R101 for the vertical collapse. Is that what you're talking about? The 25-inch? Yeah, unfortunately, Bot Zerker, I don't repair pinball machines. I don't own one yet. All my friends do, and they're all good at it. But for me, I don't have one yet. It's just because they're high priced. Eventually, what I want to do is buy, a really nice pin, like brand new out of the box. I want to unbox mine brand new and have warranties and all that stuff and learn it that way. But for now, until I hit the lottery, that's not going to happen. Oh yeah, she watches too. That's cool. Gosh, saying his wife watches the stream. Cool. All right, so these are the kits. I just got to organize it in my box, so that's what I got. Let me throw it back. Got these. I'm not going to put those in yet. There's another one here. Yeah, he didn't put a packing slip. That's odd. He does. Not on the outside either. This is centering modification kit. So yeah, so this I've seen Mike install it. They're really nice. So I'll put that on the side, and then where did I see it was in here? So I'm trying not to grab anything with this if I can help. Try not to split it open. This I could probably put on the side with my stuff right there. Turn on my tools too. Turn on my soldering iron or desoldering iron. So these are actual transistors that go with the chassis that I'm going to organize later. But I think I had them just in case I need to replace any. I didn't check those to see if they're bad. I don't think they're really bad. This is the one that I got to compare now. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put this on the side with the... I'm going to do these right away. I ordered some more Mylars because I used up a ton of them. So I ordered some more. These are really cheap, so I got them. They're way better than the plastic. That in here. These are, let's see, 4.7 ohm. So 1 watt resistor. I'm trying to but I ordered a whole bunch that I needed just to have spare parts. Like I only need those just in case I need it. Now, like I said, for a tiny part that costs like really cheap, you might as well just grab it with the shipping. So that's why before I knew it, I was like, this is really what the high ticket prices were. Because right here, this is what, 90, 100, $105 right here. 30, 60, 90 plus 555, yeah, plus 15. So yeah, $105 just for 3 flybacks. I got some fuses that was out, believe it or not. I used my last ones. These are the axial fuses that are small ones, 1.25 amps, I think it is. That away. I'll organize that later. I don't need that today. This is another Yeah, it's another transistor. I'm not sure if I need today. I ordered some diodes too, just in case any are bad. All of them are good. It was fine, but I was like, well, I want to measure them. I think I have a whole pack that I got on Amazon. That. This is more transistors. I'm just stuffing in here. More transistors. Just different locations everywhere. So I'll put this on the side and I'll go through this box later. Now, I usually label everything, so just to kind of show you what I do, not to mix these up. Here's a good example. Like, this is how it comes. It'll say 5K P1066. That's the model number. See it? But I'll write on it K4600, K4800, K4900, NEC. And the locations, VR 403, 404, 405. That's just a quick reference for me. So when I'm taking it out, I'm looking for stuff. I just look for it. I go, oh, this is it. And I'll try to separate them into different bags in my box. I try to have some sort of little. But yeah, that's what I do. I'll go through everything. Here's some more that I do. Like this resistor here is for the K4800 and 4900. It's at R504. It's 470 ohm, that in there. So I try to label everything as I go. I have not in the past, and I get super mixed up. So I spent like a week just going through all my parts and labeling them all. What is this here? Yeah, this is for a G07 neck. That's just a good example right here. How would it zoom in? By the way, I lowered the music a lot. I thought it was too loud when I was listening to it last time. I want it to be very subtle. Hopefully that's what's going on here. Hey, what's going on, Brian? He's saying, hey, Dell, what are you doing up? All right, so this is a neck. See, it says like G07 neck, 4600 neck, and then it has like the model under there. So most people who repair these all the time know exactly what they are. I don't offhand. So that's what I do. I label everything up. So I'm going to go ahead and open the bag, put everything back in. Yeah, this is the one I already labeled. Okay, good. I'm glad you don't hear the music because it's so subtle. I think it is happening though. Let me just double check something on my. Yeah, it's there. I see the audio levels. You may not hear it, but I hear it in headphones. So when I go to my car, sometimes I'll play the stream and just listen to it. I can do audio only in my car. And I'll hear the music like super loud. I'm like, whoa, that's overpowering. Oh, you had a game night tonight? That's cool. That's right. It's Thursday nights, right? With crew. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, so all this, man, I got to go through this whole thing eventually. But I think this is the one I need that replaces this one. Sure. So what I'm going to do, go on my phone and look it up. Hang on, I'm just sending a text out. Arcade Parts and Repair. Go ahead and go to their site. That's the quickest way to do it. Let's see if you guys can see this. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. That's my phone. Let's see, let me that. So you can go here, search for the products. So I'm pretty sure this is it because I ordered so much I forgot. So I have to look through my sales slip. I'm not going to do that now. Let's see how it says MC1065. I'll just type that in. C1065 and hit search. And there it is. And then what I do is I just go down to where it says description. tells you about it, and it says this can be used on an Electrohome G07 chassis at location 512, 513, 514, and 531. Can be used on many other locations. All right, so that's not the same capacitor. This is something that I have just in case I needed it. Double check something. I don't think that's it, but yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff on there. I basically just ordered whatever they had that I didn't have. Some more resistors. So this one here is R1003. I'll do the same thing. I'll go to search. R. Will tell me about it. That not good. Oh, this is. So it says right here. Yeah, this is R516. I think that's the one that blew on mine. Or on Jeff's, and I replaced it with a spare I had. I wanted to double check. I know where it is. So if you look here, I'll use this. So I replaced this. This is FR401. I don't know if his was bad, but I replaced it anyway because I usually like to insulate it and stuff. You know, just put like the string tubing on it. It just looks kind of neat, and it's raised because it gets pretty hot. But the one that I replaced, you see these two right here? There's one underneath it, and that was the one that smoked. Like he turned it on and it just smoked, and you didn't know where it came from. That was totally charred. So I took a spare that I had, put it in his, and then I needed one for mine. So that's it. I believe that's where I need to go from. I have to actually verify them. See if I can grab. Yeah, this is it. So you can see I did like, in order to get to its pain, you got to take these out, lift the legs up, and then put it underneath. I believe that's what I there. I just have to read it. It's so far away, I can't tell. Let me put on my magnifiers here. Gotta look at it real quick. Nice. Yeah, R517. Yep, that has to go in there. I'm gonna actually do that right away before I forget. Just put it away. So I have a lot to clean up here when it comes to putting things in. So this was it, right? R5. This is R516. Wonder if it's the right one. I'm gonna put it to the side for now. And then, did I order this? I don't remember ordering a horizontal width coil. Wonder if he just threw it in. He knows I like him. He knows I order. This would be great. I'm gonna email him because he didn't label. See how he didn't label it? Anything? I'm wondering, man. Now I gotta email him. I wonder if he did it as a. Oh no, actually I did. So what this is, it has the model right there, so it's hard to see. I forgot I ordered this. So this is the replacement. This is actually a K7000 horizontal width coil. And he said that the 001A, the one that ends in that, is actually an equivalent replacement for the K4900. Because K4900 does not have a width coil. I don't know if you remember in the last streams, but my width coil was falling apart. So just for the sake of discovery, I was going to replace it. I was going to fire it up the way it is, get it working, and then take it out, put this one in there, and see if it's a true replacement. And if it is, then we know officially that that's what the case is. But somebody in the review said that this was a direct placement for the K4900, but I'd have to test it out myself to see, and I wanted to document it on, on my channel, so we know, because there currently is no official replacement. So this is a K7000 one that will work. It's a different one, but he said 001A should work. So that's what this is. We're trying to learn here. So then I got more. I think these are more HOTS. Yeah, this is a 2SD871. I had 2SD870, which is the different. It's hard to see. Yeah, I think 871. I think the K4900 has I have 870, but not 871, and the 870 was for the medium res. I'm pretty sure. That was the wrong one, and this is 1106, which is for that. I'm not sure. I'd have to look through them and see, but I don't need any of these because all of mine tested good, but I wanted stock, so I will go through this. I could be wrong. It could be for the G07, but again, I think this is the one for the hot, by the way. This one right. This is the IC that I got, just in case. This is the one that I said it wasn't. C1064. This is what? 14. Nope, that's different. Just getting the parts that I need. I think I ordered an extra B+ spot in case I needed it for mine. When I work on mine later, I have 2 G07 chassis as well. This 1004. I think this is the one I just looked up, right? I got some more caps. So a ton of parts. Ton of parts. Some more stuff. 1507s. Don't need, but I got them anyway because I'm them. I was just restocking most of my parts. These are the fuses that do not have the pigtails on them, because I do have the brackets to put them on, so you can just pop them in and out. So I wanted to convert mine to that. I think it's going to be cool. That way, if it you need to test it, you have to test that one out of circuit. It'll give you like a false reading. Here's some more diodes I got. To the side. This is fusible resistors that I got just in case. Because they measure good, but I'm not sure about the fusible part, so I ordered the extra ones to have it on hand. Here's some smaller diodes that I got, the glass ones, all for the same chassis. So this one I think we ruled out. I think this is the one I need. Looks very similar to this, and it's supposed to be better, rated better than this one. So let's look that one up. TH1003. So let's try it again. TH13. Search. It says here. A thermistor. Nope. Just something else. Yeah, I can't remember what the other part is. I have to really look it up. See. So for now, maybe I won't place that part. But it's supposed to look similar to this. This is the part that I need. That one little part. Let me take these out of the way. On the side, and I'm going to label these so I know what they are. So this one, yeah, I don't remember offhand. I usually look at them and I can tell. This one here is a G07. I could just off the bat. So 7 flyback, and I'll 7. Hard to write with my writing super sloppy. One of these, if not both. I think one's a K4900. One is a K7000. This looks like a K7000, but I will double check the models. That's why I label them, because like sometimes you can't tell just by looking at it. It's easier to just. This might be a 4900. He just puts his label on it. I don't remember. Here we go again. Search. So we're wasting a lot of time doing this search thing. My stuff's already warmed up, so we're ready to go. Let's see. One says MSH. One FA. That's what it looks. Oh, I didn't type that. H. Oh, I typed in. Fat fingered. That one is 4900. Yep. Right. So the heavier one, that's the K7000. All right. So I'll just label it just to get it out of the way. K49. I feel like I'm writing with crayons. I can't write with this thing here. Usually I write neater. K7000. That's crazy. This is like $105 just right there. All right, so let's get rid of those. Check to make sure I have anything else in here. Just emptying this out real fast. All right, so we'll do this first. That's the vertical IC. I believe they're the vertical IC. So we're switching monitors. This is no longer the 4900. I want to make sure there's no that I didn't use any caps. I need that cap. Hot. Can't find anywhere. Bot Zerker's asking. Let me look here. He's asking, do you get your parts from one place or multiple places? Sometimes multiple. Sometimes I get lazy if I'm ordering it through Peter. He just has really good support, and because I can look it up on the website like I just did, it kind of tells you where they are. For me, it's a lot easier. So if you're beginning with this, I would totally go with him. You might get it cheaper in bulk where you order like, 100 of these instead of just paying for that. I mean, in the long run, you'll have it, but you'll have tons of parts. I think it's just better just to order what you need. But he does, like something like this would cost what? $1.50, $2 when you can get them a lot cheaper. You can pay $10 and get 100. So, but it's just convenience. He lists everything and I just have to label it myself. So I usually go through him. He also has amazing cap kits. I would definitely get cap kits from him. I still got to see what that. Sisters. I'd have to see. Maybe I'll delay it. 6 seconds. See what. All right, let's start. I'll put this all on the side for now. I'm gonna go through it later. I need it. Back over here. Get rid of that. And I don't want to lose all this parts. And I don't think you need to put any Mylars on these. I think you can just put them directly on. Everyone I've seen has like heat compound. That's it. And I don't know where my heat compound is. I might have dropped it on the desk. Honestly, don't remember what I did with mine. And this is going great. Poor planning. But either way, I wanted to test it, so maybe we'll do that. So I'm not sure what the values are, so I'm kind of lazy about it. Instead of just like looking it up and figuring it out with data sheets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my multimeter, and of course it has a glare. So let me actually try to prop it up. That works. Yeah, that'll work. So what I do is I compare it to the, see what, okay, just what I two of them. I don't think these are bad. Did some tests on them already. Seem to be okay, but let's see. What I do is I just put them side by side. I'm going to go to diode mode. Shorted, if it's shorted. I can put negative on them. That one said L. Double just. That's good. It says 0.578. Let me see if you guys can see. That glare is awful. I'll fix it. Gotta figure out a nice light setup where it's not glaring. Kind of annoying, but there we go. 0.579. Now if I go to this one, in the same range. I have the clips, I just don't feel like I have these little right on. .586, so they're close. This one should be OL as well. If I reverse it, positive on. Well, same. Get what there's two. Get 592, 584. Different combination. Well, I think these are good. And I've tested these against each other and they're exactly the same, so I feel these are fine. Sometimes I replace them anyway, but I'm just worried that, like, if these counterfeit or something. As you get stuff. They're all good. So I'm going to put them away as parts. My brand new ones here. I have them on hand if I need them, but these two tested good, so I think the vertical ICs could have just been a reflow. But I have it in. I found my thermal compound. What happened to it? And then I got to figure out which did places. Looking through my parts here, what I took out, and this is it. This is one that was crispy. You can see it totally started coming off, but this one was burned. So this is the one I have to replace, and pretty sure if I put it together, I think it was shorted. Yeah, so it's not doing anything. That one is on one side, 5.2. It's acting weird. Yeah, it shouldn't do that. It should read them out. try this one and see. This is say 4.70 ohms. I'm set to ohms on here. Yeah, see, 4.7. If I reverse it, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, that's 4.7 also the other way. So this one is definitely bad. It's reading one way and it's acting erratic. See that? This side. I did OL before. I wasn't. But anyway, it's not acting like this one. But I have to check the bands. The other thing, it was so crispy, I couldn't really read what it said. So I was just going by his part number. So what I'm going to do, what did I say? It was 517? Somebody in chat remind me. All right, Brian. I'll see you later. Thanks for coming. Looking at my chassis here close. To do a reverse look it up. So this is what I like about Peter's site. It's because he has everything in the description. You know, it says it right on there. So if I go to search, I type in R517, should pop up. Search results. Obviously, it's not that. That's the resistor. Or the pot. That's a pot. That's the resistor. So it's a half watt, 180k ohm. So it says R1004. So it's this one that we need. It was one that I put away that said 1000. See if I can put this one back. And let me just double check. It says half watt resistor, and then description. Oh, actually, I got to click on it first. He'll write in the thing. It says here, used on G07 Electrohome, G07 monitor chassis, R517, and many other monitors. Every quantity of one, you'll get 5 resistors. So I think, what's the price he has on this? Yeah, so for $1.50, you get 5. So I thought that was good. And I needed it. So that's definitely it. So 1004 is what I need. I got to look that up. So this is 1014. It's not the same. 6, that's it. Parts that I moved. There. Hang on, I'm literally dumping everything out again. Emptying the bags. Yeah, usually it's not this bad because you don't order that much. This is it. 1004. So that's it. So this is the one I got to replace. I'm going to go ahead and leave out because this might be the one I need for the pot. Let me put this. That's what I need. Not what I need. This one I don't need. I just have it. 738 we don't need anymore. I'm putting that away. I'm gonna usable resistors. Honestly, I don't even know how to test. So what I was gonna do is compare the old. If it fires up and it works, like I think what this is, this replaces. It's a modern part that replaces one of those square things. I can't remember where it is. I'll look that up in a minute. I'm gonna take all the caps out. Go. So I'm gonna just look each one up. I just don't know what. All right, so I'm just in here right now. Let's see. MC. Capacitor to N41 is the one. It says he's on Electrum G07 at C402. When C402 shorts bad, it will cause vertical collapse on the G07 monitor. But yeah, so that's the reason I ordered this. It's because of vertical. Just in case this might be bad. So if it persists and I still have vertical collapse, I'm going to swap this one out. That's good to know. Same thing here, MC1063. I think that was good. Yeah. This one, what does it say? C402 shorts, it will cause vertical collapse. So that's the other reason I bought this one. So put that on the side. You know, I may need that later, but because they're so cheap, I mean, how much was it? $1.85 for a couple of them. I just order it because I don't want to wait. It's bad. I want to fix it right. All right, so this might be what I need. Let me just look it up. This is the one I think that I get confused because they're a lot smaller than the old. So this is MC1061. That one up. Ceramic disc capacitor, heavy duty. All right, that sounds like it's gonna. Description says this capacitor is an upgraded and better capacitor for the 150 on the arcade monitors such as Electrum G07 at the hot on the main PCB. Yep, so this is it. This is exactly what I need to replace it. All right, so let me put that to the side. So this replaced this. That's pretty crazy. And this is rated better for heavy duty. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this. So put this in. This is a thermal whatever that I might replace eventually. I'll put that on the side in case it works. I'm going to leave it alone. And this is the 1004. All right, so because I replaced his side, replace borrowed it from. This is the one that has those two look like they're doing wheelies over here. And I really should replace these. I have them. I'm probably not going to. Definitely need to take this one out. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one in real fast. Just so I know. I'll put everything back together. So this chassis, I capped in 2020, I want to say. And I fired it up and it just was dead. Never worked. I just put it on the shelf and I'll deal with it. But I did find a couple issues with, you know, reflowing stuff. And then I redid all this and double checked. This is actually good. This hot is fine. Voltage regulator on the side. It's fine too. That's this one on this side. Totally fine. So, you know, kind of narrowing it down to other parts. This one goes across. Doesn't matter which way you put it in. So real quick shout out. Lubby94 says, "Hey, what's going on?" Very cool. All right, so let's in here. Parts are sold. I just don't feel like looking. I'll try it. We'll see what happens. That goes in first. Gotta solder it and then the rest after. So I don't know. turn on my fan. Hopefully it won't interfere with the mic. Sound quality goes down when that happens, when it filters it. It's sucking away smoke. Filter it, the carbon filter. Snip, snip, and we're done. Right, so now that that's done, I can go ahead and take these and put them on. I can't remember where the hole is. These things get super hot. Like I was holding it before, trying to hold it in while I was soldering. I was burning myself. I gotta hold it in with something else. Maybe get one at a time here. Actually, leaning it on that, balancing it. So I'm over here. I can barely see that. It's off camera, but I have it balanced. So one, press down on the other one. That one right here. Just looks like a jumper, like somebody. Looks fine. I'm not gonna mess with it. So I'm kind of talking about off camera. I'm just trying to do. So somebody had jumped this right here across those three. I was just reflowing it to make sure they're fine. So that's it. Now mine's fixed. But you see how it's underneath? It's hard to get to. You got to take these off in order to get those. But I might replace these. I have all of these. These are all power ones that look a little toasty. They get hot, just aged. I might replace this, that. This is the one. This one looks fine. I replaced that on his because it was all cracked and messed up. But these power resistors, a lot of times, because I didn't get power at all for this, they measured fine. So what I did was I desoldered each one leg, tested it, and then when I put it back, I would desolder and reflow the other side. Sometimes the contacts and the pads get all messed up and oxidized. So, but this pad on these look fine now. And then I think that other thing that I needed to replace was here. I think it's either this or that. I can't remember which it is, but it might be this one here. This 502. Yeah, so that's like a more modern part. This right here. I think this replaces that, but I'm not positive. I'd have to look it up and see, but I'm gonna leave it for now. The other thing I need to put together is this. I'm gonna go ahead and because I stole mine to put in his, but then I said let me just get the better one and wait for the part. That's this part right here. That's bad on his. Here's the replacement. I'm gonna might as well do that on mine and then do it on his after, but. look at my other chassis already done for reference. So I believe it wraps around this one here. You have to like kind of do this. I don't even know how they do it. But maybe I should just solder one end on here. You know what? I'm gonna wrap it like they did. So they wound it around a couple times like that. Soldered it to that, and then they put the other one on top of it. Let's go ahead and put that one on. That to be perfect. It's touching. Okay. That fan really works. Everything out of my face. And the other end, I think, goes down there. Pretty sure. I can't remember what goes here. I'm gonna look at them. That one here is this brown one. So on there like that. I gotta focus it on there. Just solder away. Oh. Gotta throw some more solder on there. Give it a big blob one. That's gonna take a while to cool, so I'm not gonna move it. Let me grab my other chassis. Okay, just for reference, I grabbed my other one. And this one has it. This one's untouched. I didn't do anything to it. So you can see it's actually connected on that part. Like this one is. It's wrapped around, and this goes to the brown. And then the orange wire underneath is where it goes on the left side. There's that, that, and then yellow. Okay, so I kind of know how it goes. Go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put this underneath. And then the other end is going to go on the bottom one. This is a pain in the butt. These are like the worst pots to switch out. Like the K4900 just unscrews and you pull it out. A lot different. I'm trying to zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. Oh. You know what? I think I'm going to wrap it around one more time. Some more solder on there. They're flexible. That's going to go there. Throw some more solder on there. Sorry, I keep doing this off camera. I apologize. Just trying to get the best. Yeah. Right, so that's on. A little bit. This one's going to wrap around this thing. I got to try to figure out how to wrap this. pain. You take it for granted, like they're already wrapped. When you switch these out, I usually just pull it off already wrapped, and then I kind of through, and it's putting them on brand new is a pain. Never really thought it'd be this hard. Well, time consuming, whatever. Hard. I'm just trying to wrap it. That's on there. And this has to go on there now. The orange is on this side and the yellow is on the other side. See how this already has a loop on it? Trying to get it in there. Hey, thanks. Glad you enjoy the stream. I'll tell you a secret. I do it for myself. Just to relax after work. Soldering is the best therapy. It's awesome. Oh, sorry. I keep hitting the mic with my headphones. That's what that noise is. Sorry. Trying to get in here and see what I'm doing. Trying to get this to fit over there. It's not really working. Figure this out. Come on. I really should just cut this, but it's... Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it. If I do that, it should still reach. Cut it. It's probably better to get a fresh start anyway. Zoom in a little bit. Try to get up there. There we go. Nice and new. Might be solid. Can't tell. I reflowed all these underneath already. Just kind of cutting it close, but just get that one out of the way now. Do this. Let's try that. All right, get it all together. It's hard to see. Really trying to show you guys. Let me get my eyeglasses case. I just want to tilt it so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, that's a G07, Cowboy. Cowboy Canding Bending is saying, is this a G07? It is. And then Slick Sick said, wrapping, creating a mini coil. Haha, fun aside, soothing stream. I appreciate that. Thanks. It's a one-man band right now. Trying to get all this done. Stream and trying to get in here without burning anything. I got it. I just gotta get the other part right here. This is my least favorite pot to change out. Alright, I think I got it. I'm gonna put some more glob on here. Make sure it stays. Oh shoot. Just lift it off. Damn it. See, I put that extra glob and it screwed it up. Stay on there. I feel like I need more. Let's try that. See how that goes. Said you did some pods? Handing bending? On there. I'm gonna make sure this. Let me just make sure these don't come out. It's on there. It's on there. Pretty good. Really good. This one's on there. This one's on there. That's on there. Then, I think that's it. This other one is different. Voltage regulator. I was just confusing the two. The voltage regulator has this extra piece of wire here. There. So that's what I thought I was missing, but it turns out it's only on here. All right, so that should work. It's amazing how tiny this is compared to the original. I'll show you the original. That was bad. Look at the size of that compared to that tiny one. It's crazy. Yeah. All right, cool. We did that. We put that in. This was already done. I think we just need to put the thermal compound, but I can't find that now, so I'm not going to. I can throw that on later. Basically, the first thing you do is you got to screw it in with the thermal compound so that it's on there, and then it actually goes. Let me look here. Yeah, it goes on this side here. The other one goes on this side here. So here and here are where they both go. And then underneath, it's actually labeled. You can see it right here. That circle right there, that's where one goes, that's where the other one goes. And the pads are just fine. So if you're having issues, I would have just reflowed it, but I took them out to test them. They're testing fine, so I just got to put them back in. So that's all I'm going to do. I'll do that off camera later on in the stream. There's that. It's all good. So this one's almost done. So hopefully I'll put those in tomorrow. I'll give it a test, see if it works. Where is my... Grab this off the shelf. But this is the one we worked on last time. What we did was we changed the flyback out. It's, you know, I was going to rip that off, but it's curling a little bit. I'm just going to leave it. But that's actually brand new. So this is brand new. The other one, if you remember, I already threw it out in the garbage, but it had a huge hole right here. It was burned and melted, and it just blew a hole in it. So that automatically, like without a doubt, takes out the hot. So I changed the hot. I changed the fuse. The fuse had blown at that point. That's this one right here, the pigtail one. You could replace it with holders, but I just replaced it, you know, the way it was. What else did I do? I did a cap kit on it across the board. That's why everything's colored red. I'm gonna try something different next time. My friend Gibby actually told me, he's like, what you do is you mark it up first, and then when you cap it, it looks, you know, you could tell that it just looks newer and nicer. This looks kind of gaudy, and he's right. It does look pretty crappy. But what I do is I mark it that I did it, and I also double check that it's, when I mark it, it's not only that I did it, but that it's faced correctly, and I double and triple check that it's fine. I didn't change out these pots. Usually those are fine. They don't go bad. The ones that go bad usually are on the neck board, which I have over here, which I'm going to swap out. So these are super brittle. I kept all the parts together. They're on the side. I even kept, kind of anal about it, but I kept this, which goes on here because I washed it. So I took it off, washed it, and I'm going to put it back on. This is like the old warning label. So yeah, since we don't need to do anything with this. I just explaining it. This here, if you look at it, see how it's wobbling around? That actually will function fine. You're just unable to turn it. Like, this should work fine if it's adjusted correctly. But I wanted to switch that out with the one I got to see if it's compatible. So I'm going to try it first, see if it works. And if it does work, I'm going to take it out and see what happens. Put the other one in. Oh, look, this is the modern one, too. Somebody switched it out already. Maybe it came with that. That's that thermistor, I think. But yeah, so this is all set. I think this is ready to go. All the parts are good. I had tested most of it. Nothing looked blown up. Like I said, I think the flyback is what went. It took out the fuse and it took out the hot and didn't do any further damage to everything. So I'm going to put this to the side because this is pretty much done. But the neck board... And I'm going to switch out all these pots. So normally what I do is I'll measure them with my multimeter. I'll set it to the ohm setting and I'll measure them when they're out. And then what I'll do is I'll put the new one down and measure that one and basically turn it to where it's exactly the same as these. But I've learned over time that whenever you cap a monitor, you always want to set these to the middle across the board and then just go from there. And usually when you set it to the middle, it's pretty spot on and you have to tweak them a little bit to get the colors right. So I'm not going to do that with this one where I'm measuring them, but I've had other videos on my channel if you want to check it out on how to do that. But I'm just going to replace them, set them all to sender and replace them all. And I do have everything written down. So go ahead and pull those parts. 600 parts. Can't remember what I did. Yeah, let me look. I can't remember what I did with everything. Not today, Joshua. I was gonna fire it up. It's just late and tired. But I will have. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a live stream, a little more interactive, where I'm actually gonna go on a table. I have a table to the side of me on this side over there. And I'm gonna fire them up all in a row. I just have to take out my test bench and it's put away right now. So all these here, I can't remember if these are the parts I need. 4600. This is the 4900. There it is, neck. See how I label them? That's what I'm talking about. So instead of relying on this number here, I actually label them. K4900 neck. It tells me VR401 and 402. So 401 and 402. 402 is right here. 401 would be... oh, sorry. 401 and 402 are these two. Yep, 401 and 402. So these are the ones for the side. And then I have to find the three for VR 403, 404, and 405. So I think this is it here. 4900 neck, 403, 404, and 405. They're all labeled. It's hard to see. Let me just put it to the side, but I wrote everything in marker there. So these are the ones I need. So let's leave those out, put these all back. Parts. This is my 4900 bag. Got ready for everything. I'm gonna see if I have thermal compound somewhere. I have like I mean the tube is huge. It's probably almost as big as this thing. It's huge. I didn't realize it when I was ordering it on Amazon. I just thought it was expensive. I'm like, yeah, 30 bucks. I heard it's the best. Let's get that one. And then when I got it, I was like, holy cow, this thing is big. All right, so a lot of times instead of just taking it out, because there's pads that can lift and stuff, I usually try to add solder. Oh, let me switch over. I think my battery died. Hang on. There we go. So my battery must have been disconnected. Let me just double check. Give me a sec. Live TV. Cut it. Power switch. Let's switch back to it now. There we go. All right. Hopefully that won't fail again. If it does, I might have to cut the stream short. But I like to add solder to. Let's do that. I'll just do it all at once. So we'll start here. Because this solder is so old, a lot of times, like this is really good solder. This is Kester solder. It actually has lead in it. It's not the safest stuff to use. That's why I have this fan going on. It's like this special filter. That's awesome. I love this thing so far. And okay, so those are those. And these, I'm trying to find out where they are. 1 and 2. There's resistors in front of it. I don't want to confuse the two. Oh, I see it. That's right. I'm trying to hold down the board with my pinky as it keeps moving. This is the next one. So the Ring King was supposed to come today. Jeff was going to come over. But we have a huge snowstorm coming. So because of that, his job, usually he gets out, you know, they do stuff in the morning or whatever. So instead, he was supposed to come here in the morning, really early, drop it off, and then go back and then finish up his job, you know, because he works from home. And then it turned out they moved everything up to the morning. So he's like, sorry, man, I can't come. Oh, well, that's fine. But this monitor is the one that's going to go in the Ring King. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take these out. This already, I believe I cleaned it, so it's good to go. So I'm going to, since I know where everything goes, normally I tell people, hey, just, you know, take out one at a time or replace one at a time. But because I know where everything goes, I'm just going to take them all at once, just to make it faster. Comes out. Yeah, I usually wiggle it. Yep, this is coming right out. You can see that. The old one. These are like terrible. So if you get jitters and stuff, sometimes it'll jitter on the screen. It's because these things are moving, like color-wise. It might be that these are moving around. Because they're just old. Yep, that one's much ready to come out. Sometimes I'll keep these just in case in a pinch. If I need a, just, a pentameter or something, I'll grab my like spare of like crappy ones like this and grab it. In a pinch, it's better than nothing, right? Because some of them I have that are broken. So I'll inspect them when they're all done. I'll put them on the side for now, but off camera, I'm going to inspect them and see if I can use them. Because again, you got to remember, this CRT stuff, it's becoming obsolete. People take it for granted you can order it on the internet, but one day you won't be able to. Do that. Yep, that one's loose. I'll take it out later. It's the soldering iron. Excuse me. The soldering iron Hako. It's worth its weight in gold. It's awesome. I'll never go back. Well, never say never, but I have for bigger stuff. If I don't feel like changing the tip, I'll use the solder pullet. It's loose. Yep, that's already gone. Just one. Take this solder. I gotta go back on camera here. Sorry. There's no excuse. I have a monitor right there in front of me. Huge. And I dedicate for this camera so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so that looks good. So I'm just going to pull them all out. That one out. There's a little bit of solder on that. Won't let it go through the hole. Still. I'm gonna do it while I yank it out. Oh, not coming out. There we go. The other thing I like to do, you don't have to do this, but I like to add solder to all these. Make sure they're good, and that it takes. And then I suck the solder out, and it's nice. It's primed, basically. Put the new stuff in. You don't have to do this, but when I'm socketing stuff, that's what I do also. I need to grow a pair, basically, and I have a Galaga 88. It's a really expensive board. Like, it's like over $1,000 board. It's increased in value lately because of the multi-kit. But I have the Japanese version, which is even more rare. And there's a high score save kit you can install on it, but you have to desocket one of the RAM chips. And that, I think, is a triple layer board. It's really, you could really screw it up. So I'm like, should I do it? I've done it on Outruns, but Outruns, they're still pricey, but not as much as this board. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Making nice and neat holes here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's all. Cool. Tiny bit. So the first ones we'll put in are the VR401, 402s. Those are the ones on the side. And I think these are drop-in replacements. Take this. Can't remember where my this is the one. I have one of these. They're super long, but I think that one's broken. I have one of these. Let's see if this will work. Yep, this should. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center it up. So there's like an arrow. You see that? It's like an arrow there. So you gotta point that straight up to this thing here. So that's literally all the way up. Turn it this way. Facing straight up. So that's centered right there. Yep. That one. This one. So same thing. Centered. About center right there. So I'll leave those in the bag to not mix them up, but basically you want them to face outside like that. And it should be a dead fit. I can't remember if I need to bend these. These are the ones you have to bend. These are annoying. Let me get my pliers. So these don't quite They barely don't fit, but they're rated to go in there. And what I do is like the first one, that first pin will fit in there, but the other ones won't. So you have to bend them slightly out. So I can't remember what I used to do with these. I think what I did was I turned them. I'm just grabbing them. Trying to just get a grip. I keep slipping. So you just have to bend them ever so slightly out. The Geo7 ones are like dead-on replacements. They just fit like a glove. These are a little off slightly. They'll fit if you do that. What's cool is that because they're such tight-fitting ones, like I don't think you really have to hold it when you solder. Can't remember. Those are sticking through. We'll take it that. Let's see what happens. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on my I have this like magnifier. So I'll turn on the light. Lift down. I'm gonna put need. Be really good now. One, two, ta-da. Nice, it's 30, looks good. All right, this one, I just want to make sure that I'm not going crazy here. Yeah, you do, it's about a little bit off, tiny bit off. Definitely have to bend them. I'm gonna take this, just twist it to the side like that. I kind of twist it and then bend it outwards. Same thing here. Twist it just ever so slightly. These are way better, 100 times, like 1,000 times better than the other ones that were in there. So I'm gonna tack this one in. That one looks like it's in, but the other one's not. Oops. Let's get this going here. That's in. Push this in. Good to go. Check the chat real quick before I get the rest of the three, and then you're saying it's satisfying watching this. Yeah, I guess. I'll put a shout out. There you go. All right, Joshua. See you later. Passing out. Yeah, I'm off tomorrow. It's awesome, and it's gonna be a snow day too. Well, it's gonna snow in the late evening, so I'm off for the next 2 days, 2.5 days actually. Yeah, he's saying he's passing out. Cool. Yeah, you could always watch the replay. It's gonna be there forever. Cool. All right. Now I'm caught up on chat. Let me see something. glasses back on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So, this one is the one I already did. So now that this is labeled, I'm gonna stick these two that I know are separate in here as old ones. I'll inspect them later, but you know, I try not to throw away parts if they function. So I just like the newer stuff. It just works for me. Okay. These. So these, I believe I gotta do the same thing. I'm gonna quickly look at it. Hang on one second. Closely. And these two. Okay. I'll go ahead and do that. Well, let me see if I can get that. So I'm taking this. The way I do it, I want to take these. This one's fine. These two I want to bend outwards. So since they don't really bend sideways like that, what I do is I kind of twist it and then bend it like that. I'm doing the same thing here. Twisting it, not bending. Just ever so slightly, just so they open up a little bit, see? So, and then put them in here. Good. It's one, two. Ah, the other one came out. Hang on. Trying to find it. I think that's good. I don't know why I can't. Oh, there we go. Now I can see. I didn't have them close enough to my face. Oh, wait. You know what I forgot to do? Got to center it. This one I need to bend a little bit. Stick that in there. I have to tack it in. It's being stubborn. Felt the heat on my finger there. That's good. Next one, center. Center all of them, actually. I think I'm going to bend them all at once. We'll see. Totally worth it to do this, trust me. You'll be struggling in the long run with the old pots. You don't do it this one. That looks straight. Tack it in again. Okay. This one's nice and straight. This one's a little back, so I'm gonna fix this one by tilting it. Yep, that one's good now. Last one. This one's a little hard to get to because that's in the way. It's possible. One's a little too much. Good. That's good enough. Forward. I'll redo that one. I just want to put these other ones in. Look, relatively straight. Cool. Now they're perfect. So that's what I gotta do. I should be connected here soldering. So this is like low hanging fruit. That needs to get done. It's a little time consuming, but this is the G07. We don't want to do that. That already has actually been there. So, switch my glasses here. Hey, Mikey, what's going on? Hey, man, you don't have to do that. He said funds for sleep aids for Dell. No, I'll go right to sleep. I sleep pretty good. I fall asleep right away. What a 5-year-old does to you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I actually did. I have to get back to you. I'm gonna give you a call probably, Mikey, like this week sometime. Maybe this weekend. We'll talk about the ideas you were saying. Channel. It's pretty cool. Let me look. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'll zoom out. I want to hook this board up back to it. So I think what I got to do is I got to put the focus pin on, and this one kind of screwed up where I have to actually desolder. I think I have to add solder and then desolder. Look, I gotta inspect it. Looking at this closely here. I think what I have to do is I gotta cut off the existing old wire is still on there. Yeah, I'm working, and when you're good at something, it kind of sucks. I'm too good at what I do at work, so they need help a lot of times with prime time. You know, because I work like on air, with, like, you know, stuff for that. So there's a lot of stuff happening, especially now the Olympics are coming, that kind of thing. So a lot of times I'll work. You know, it's a different job where I have to commute more too. About an hour away. I used to be 5 minutes away from my job. I got spoiled for years. So now I'll get home sometimes after midnight, you know, from working prime time, and then I end up just, you know, you can't fall asleep right away. Nobody drives sleepy, right? So I'm pretty wired when I come home. I'm like, oh, let me just unwind a little bit with something, calm down, from, you know, fall asleep a little bit. And then I was like, let me do some more arcade stuff because I've been neglecting this. This is stuff I have to do. I just never get around to it. I'm trying to get this crap out, and it's not working. I think it's loose. I just gotta cut it out. I just can't get the right angle here. Oh, that might have done. There's a wire stuck on here that's like get off. Garbage here, so I can dump it right in. You missed it earlier. My camera died. I think I hit the power button by mistake when I was trying to zoom. Guess just went to black. There we go. So what I was trying to do here uh, was that's the focus pin where the focus wire goes. There was just the old wire wrapped around it. I was trying to get it out. So now the focus wire is this skinny one here. Where is it? There's a fat one and a skinny one. The fat one obviously goes to the anode cup. Skinny one, skinnier one, goes to the focus pin. A lot of times this comes already pre-soldered. You know, they put solder on it already. I just gotta take that off because it won't fit through, which is what I have to do. But I'll retin it and stuff. It's just a little thick. It doesn't really fit through. So I'm just gonna put it through here as best as I can. I want it to be facing up here. I usually do that and then curl it around. Let's see if I can do it. It doesn't have to be like perfect. Just solid. I don't want this coming out. Trying to do everything like normally I use my finger to do that, but because I got injured, I cut. I just don't want to mess with it. I really wanted it to be more solid, but that's a terrible example. I think I might have to cut some off is what it is. Yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna do it away from the chassis. To get the right angle, it's hard. Try that. Just gotta balance it here without killing the width coil, which I'm trying to hit by mistake. Alright. That looks good. We just gotta balance it, keep it balanced. Generous here. Yep, that's on there really solid. So now I can put the cover on. It's too... This slides underneath, and that kind of covers it, you see. I'll take these out too. I should do that first. There we go. And there it keeps it on, and they're good to go. Snap from the sides, 1, 2. But now we're reconnected. Good to go. And then as far as these go, I usually take them out and test them, but I'm pretty sure these are fine. This isn't a monitor that was completely, like, it was dead because of the flyback. I don't think there's any issues with anything else. Just trying to bend them without doing too much damage here. Kind of delicate chip. All right, I think that's good enough. And the transistors. So these are the chroma transistors. If you ever have issues with a color not being there, swap them. Like, you don't need to necessarily like swap it out with a brand new one, but like, let's say they're all labeled here, like this says R, G, and B, so I can't remember which does what, but let's say, I don't know, you don't have any red, right? So this one would be bad, for example. Instead of swapping it out with a new part, just take the blue one or the green one and swap them. Just boom, swap them, resolder them. And if you lose green, then you're like, oh, that was the bad one. So you take that one out, and then if not, there could be something else. It might not be these. It could be the tube itself could be bad. But if you're ever losing a color, reflow these. If not, swap them and then figure out which one is bad and replace it. So I didn't reflow these. I wonder if I should just to do it. But I don't see any cracked solder joints. I'm looking at it. I'm inspecting it now. I usually do reflow those. And the proper way to do it is don't add solder. You actually just want to like redo them. So what I'm gonna do, I found like cold solder joints underneath. Oh, I'm gonna redo them. So I'm just taking each one, looking at these 3 here. I usually just do 2 at a time. Just removing solder here. Okay. 2, and then this is the last one. I only do 2 at a time because you don't want it to fall out. You do the third leg once you're done reflowing these other ones. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to get a good angle here. Hard. Where did I just do it? They're on there. Okay, so they're on this side. Push this closer. One. Maybe that's nope, not on camera. So never just add solder, always take away and then add. That way you can look at the pad underneath. One, 2. Where's the last one that I did? It's right here. Hold it. Grab these. The last one here. A third leg. Reflow it. If you ever lift these, let's say like trace is lifted, you just got to follow it back to this one. You know, just look at, see how it's discolored, and you could just put like a. I usually use like the cap kits. I save the legs for when I snip them off, and you could just connect it from here to there. Pretty simple. They're really easy to work on. 4900s, I think, are notorious for this to all go bad and to lift traces, but this one was pretty much unmolested and untouched, so there's not any bad stuff. I don't think this had much mileage on it when it comes to like. Yeah, I'm looking here. That's fine. That's all fine. This pin isn't connected to anything. That's normal. This one here is just a hook. That's actually doesn't get soldered at all. That's part of the neck board. I usually reflow the neck pins, but I think, not sure. These all look good. They're not cracked at all. They're just perfect. Like, this was never removed when I got it. Usually they get cracked when people take them off. So these all look perfect, so I'm going to leave it as is. That looks good too. But the only thing I'm going to do now is just clean it a little bit, because I got flux everywhere. So Mikey's saying, man, I miss this board level stuff. Everything modern is all plug and play. True. Yep. All right, so I have to clean it up. So what I'm going to do is these things are awesome, by the way. I get these on Amazon. They're basically printer swabs. They're made of foam. They're not like the Q-tips, and they don't fall apart. They're awesome. So I'm just going to take two. One like to wet it, one to dry it. And I don't have my spray. I usually have like an alcohol spray thing. So I'm just going to basically just go in here and dunk it in and dip it. So it's going to get saturated. But I'm trying to squeeze everything out. Normally I don't do that. Down and dirty. Let's see. So I'm just going to take what I just did and just clean it up. So like you can see over here, it's just all dirty. That's all flux. So I usually scrub it pretty good. And you can see it's coming off on here. I'm going to go around what I did. The ones over here, these are all the pots that I just put in. This makes a huge difference for it to not burn up on you. Go7s in general, this is like 4900, but Go7s are the worst. They have the most flux in any chassis I've ever seen. I'm getting to the middle ones now. That's the ones I just reflowed. I got the other one here. See, it's thickened it out. It's great. The other one right there. And then the two on the side. Should have three, right? Yeah, three over here. 1, 2, 3. And then the rest I'm just kind of just like cleaner. You can see how dirty it's getting already. Getting the side now just to get it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just like trying to get most of it off. 2. Now there's some people that rinse it all off, like they dip it. I want to do that one day. I want to like pour stuff all over it and see all that stuff come off. I just don't know what to get. So if anybody knows, put it in the comments. I know, you guys ever listen to Shout Out to Coin Rejects? It's a great podcast. Brandon was saying that, you know, you can do that where you just have a dip, and he said it's super satisfying to see all that stuff just come right off in like brown liquid. It's gross. But yeah, I can't get in here, but if you know, it's kind of like a bath that you put it in. All right, so I'm satisfied with that. I think it's good. This one doesn't have to be changed out, but in a cap kit or anything, or this, but on a, I want to say a K40 600, there's this one that's connected to the pin here that you always should replace. It's like wrapped in electrical tape, and there's a stronger one that's actually better, and it makes a huge difference if you want to swap it out. But I'll deal with that later. That's all the ground wires to the chassis and stuff. I think it's this one here. I should have just done it. One goes here, and then one goes to the ground wire. Actually, it's two to the same one. Take this out. I'm just gonna take this out a little bit. I just don't want to burn that up. That's why I did that. Yeah, most of it's out, I could feel. I'm gonna cut it out now. One, I shouldn't have done that over the chassis. No. If I can get it out. Because then it gets stuck and then you get it short. That was bad that it did that. Oh, here it is. It's one end, and the other end is actually over here. I found them both. Cut it out. But yeah, you don't want stuff getting stuck in there for sure. This coil is looking sad. Every day it looks worse. That, and then I gotta take this out somehow, so I'm gonna grab it with pliers because it gets hot. Oh, cool. Adrian, you're commenting on the bath you give it. Is that I use Electrolube, Safe Wash to clean boards, and ultrasonic cleaner. I mainly use it for boards make that are small enough. Cool. If you wouldn't mind throwing that in chat, not in chat, sorry, in the comments below, so I remember, because then I have to go through the whole video just to look for that one chat. That would be awesome. You could just post it below. Comments. I'm trying to move this here. I'm doing it off camera, I apologize. Let me too much in. So I'm just grabbing it and it's loose. I gotta cut it out. Oh wait, that might actually. Perfect. Cool. So let me add some solder to that. Then I'll stick the other ones on there. I'll tin it and put it on there. Nice big blob. Only on one side. And let's see, where's the ground wire? Right here. I'm just gonna make this pretty big. Now, this thing is awesome. I love this. I love this thing. It just takes it off. So I'm going to twist that. And what I might do is tin the beginning of it. It doesn't come out. Right, see if I can figure this out. That's what I just did. I just did the tip. I still want it to bend. It's hard to bend if it's... Alright. This is going to go like this. See if it goes in this way. side and this might going sideways. I can't remember. It might go this way. Just trying to get it so it's angled right. I don't think it matters. Just goes in. Bend that right there. Fine. Lamp it somehow. Might cheap. I'm gonna cheap a little bit. My handy helper. Half a minute. Yeah, but I didn't want to have. But I'll just glob it on there. On there pretty good. And then the other side I'll put on, I'm going to make a whole new one of these wires that goes to the chassis. Yeah, see, a lot of people, man, if I did this full time, I'd probably like try to switch my hours to get up super early in the morning. And we'll call it like soldering with coffee or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of compliments where people are waking up. They're like, cool, I'll watch the stream. So this is done. I'm not going to put the cover on yet, but I have a cover that I'm going to basically put over it like that. If you ever run out of these, you can use like this cardboard stock. I guess if you get the back of a notepad, like Staples or something, like it's the same thickness. It's like this thicker cardboard, but it's kind of thin. It's not the kind that's like corrugated or anything. It's just one sheet. You can actually take this, trace it. I have like one template for each monitor. So I have like 4900, G07, K7000. I have them all there. Oh, I forgot to take you out, by the way, Adrian. Sorry about that. So it's good to have a template for each one, and then you basically put it over here and you zip tie them on. Good to go. This just prevents you, like if you're working on the monitor or the game when it's on, if you like brush up against this, you'll get a shock. It won't kill you, it's just uncomfortable. You're like, it hurts. So with this over it like that, you're less likely to touch it if you're working on a game that's on, trying to figure stuff out. I never actually did get shocked by this, but I know people, that I volunteer with at the museum, the arcade stuff. They'll be like, yeah, and I made a whole bunch of them and put them on all the monitors I saw that didn't have them. They have like hundreds of monitors at that place. So there it is. I think this is it. I think this is ready to go. I'm ready to test. I'm going to go through stuff off camera, just to make sure everything's cool. But I reflowed the whole bottom part. Again, I'm not going to change out this width coil yet, even though it's kind of floppy and it needs it. I'm going to change it with that part that I think might be compatible. But first, I'm going to get it to work. Once I get it to work, then I'm going to switch it out. Even if it works great, I'm going to switch it out no matter what. Because I want to document what is a good replacement for that, because I don't think there is one right now that's official. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? For now, I'm going to stick this on. That's what that does. It keeps it uniform there. This thing. Try to slip it in there. There we go. Perfect. See, that keeps it nice and straight. Alright, so that's it. I'll turn off my soldering iron so I won't forget. Both of them. And a quick tip, by the way, this soldering iron I have connected to, a buddy of mine was like, hey, why don't you get one of those smart plugs and just connect it to a power strip that's connected just to the soldering irons. That's exactly what I did, because sometimes like I'll leave my house and be like, did I shut off my iron? I've actually left this on for like 3 days one time, not realizing I had it on. But there's really no light. There's a light underneath. Like if I turn it on, you see the light? That's one criticism I'm going to do in my review is that they should have put the power on this side because when you have it here, face down, you don't see that it's on. So what I'll do is I'll usually walk up to it and I hear that, then I turn it off, and I click it again, and it's off. So anyway, the power strip I can do from my phone, smart strip, it's just a little power plug. And now I can actually look and turn it off manually. If I think I left it on, I just click it remotely. If I'm at work, I'm like, crap, I think I left it on. I'll just shut it off remotely from my phone. Brilliant. I think he came up with that idea. You guys are like, the sun comes up and Dell's still soldering. Yeah, I get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow, which is awesome. And then I'll probably get up, do a couple things I need to do. You guys are out there and you're trying to buy a house, refinance if you own one, and try to do everything now before the interest rate will definitely go up probably in March. So that's what I'm going to work on tomorrow. See if I can find out about refinancing. We'll see. Cool. Yeah, it's true. I'm worried about my soldering iron more than my stove, for sure. Oh, what am I doing? I should switch over. There we go. So yeah, so I'm ready to hit the hay. I'm tired. But I did get this done. I just wanted to kind of knock it out, just to get it away. And this is the Geo 7 I have on the side here that I'm working on for Jeff. So this one I'll put on the bench, but that's going to be next. I've got to change out. I got to find the paste and put in those. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I need to put in these things. Vertical transistors. So we'll see how it works out. Yeah, cool guys. I know there weren't many people on tonight, but it's still cool. I enjoy doing it. I needed to do it, so I'm more apt now to turn the camera on now that I have this setup all done. Just to get the stuff going. So cool. Let me shut this one off. Make it look more arcadey here. Now that the bench is super bright, so I'd rather have just a nice ambient arcade look here. But let's see. Would you guys want to see? I want to ask you now. Would you guys want to see like streams playing games? Because I recently got I bought my MVS cartridge. I bought Nightmare in the Dark. So if you guys want to see a stream on that, I could do that. So no, Cowboy, I don't sell any parts. Oh yeah, that reactor. Thanks. He's saying the reactor looks really good. I have to get to editing that video, but Jeff helped me put it on. It's like amazing. It looks like glass. Like it's so shiny. That's Phoenix Arcade art. And I have to put it together. I'm just waiting for brackets to get produced because nobody makes them. I'm missing a bezel as well. Monitor bezel. So, stuff like that. Be kind of cool to do. It looks really good because of the neon lights too. I have all that on top. But I want to get that bar top. This is a bar top. It's not Arcade 1-Up. That bar top is actually Harman Custom, so it's really good. It's really good quality. It's made of wood. It's like laminated. It's awesome. I have a video on that too. And then next to it, I'm going to put a huge bar top. It's going to be a Neo Geo Big Red, but it's a bar top. It's awesome. And it's going to have real hardware. So I have a slot one to put in there. And I have all the cartridges. You can't really see it. It's off camera actually on the top there. But I do have all the cartridges on the top. Metal Slugs, Nightmare in the Dark, Blazing Star. Like I have all the good games that I want to put on it. Yeah, I would leave in the comments, and I'll see if I can. I answer all the comments since day one. I usually am pretty good. I like interacting with the community. So not everybody does that. Not everybody has the time. I mean, I'm not a huge channel, so I'm able to do that. So, by the way, Mikey, I don't know if you noticed. I gave you have a little wrench next to your name. You are now an official mod. Just to help out. So if anybody's spamming and crap, you could actually ban people. Not that we're gonna ban people, but I think I'm gonna review this whole thing. But I was looking for bots coming in, and the bots I think are gone. I filtered them out. Yeah, they just try to go to websites and stuff. It's weird. So I'm actually looking at your chat right here. King of Fighter games, do I like them? I wasn't really into that kind of stuff. I was more into Mortal Kombat more than Street Fighter, so King of Fighters is very similar where you have to hold away to block. So I never really got into the fighting games. But I do have Samurai Showdown. My buddy Nando had an extra one and he just gave it to me. He's like, here, take it. So it's an official cartridge, it's real. But I guess I'll start on that, work my way up. But I heard that the same team that worked on Street Fighter 2 worked on some of these other games. I'm not really sure how that works exactly, but he knows all the history of that. He's really cool. I got to get to his house, but just because of COVID stuff, we've been, not hanging out on purpose because, he has kids in school, I have kids in school, and we don't want to risk, giving anything to each other. So, but I really have to do that, that arcade tour that's updated. He has like, I want to say 4 or 5 candy cabs. He has 5 pinball machines now, really nice ones. He has Rick and Morty. He has the Avengers. He has Star Wars, and I think he probably has Godzilla now. He said he was getting it. I gotta ask him if he got it. But I wanted to do an arcade tour. He calls this arcade the dungeon because it's in the basement. It's an old Dungeons and Dragons nod. But yeah, I got to get to his place for sure. Just not anytime soon. We're just taking it, being safe just to be. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring like a home test kit over and then we'll test before we hang out or something. But yeah, you got to be safe. So I got to do that because he has a bunch of cave games. I did a teaser on that where I went to his house and hung out. This is before COVID started getting crazy with the Omicron. And he had like literally on the bench, like probably like $15,000 to $20,000 worth of PCBs, and it was only, I don't know, 10, less than 10. They're worth a lot of money. He has original cave shoot 'em ups, plus other stuff too. I just think it's so cool that he has all that. So I already talked to him. He said he'll lend me a couple here and there. Actual PCBs that I can put in my candy cab because I'm getting a candy cab in April. Should be here. Should be fun. Nice project. I always wanted a candy cab, so I finally got one. Found one. Cool. All right. Well, my eyes are like bloodshot, so I'm gonna get out of here, get some rest, and then tomorrow's another day. And then if I feel like it, maybe I'll do another one Friday, Saturday, or something. We'll figure it out. Yeah, thanks for doing that too, man. It's like, people serve in the military and people thank them for serving, for protecting our country. You do the same thing with with the nurse stuff that you do at your hospital. You guys are essential workers for sure. Yeah, no problem. So, he's saying thanks again, Dell. Gonna catch a replay later. That's cool. I gotta do more. I want to do more editing. I gotta get into. I have so much footage I gotta edit, but I really love interacting so much with the community that I'd rather do live, and then I kind of blow off the other one. So we'll see. We'll check it out. But anyway, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks again. If you guys want to check me out, I'm on Twitter too. So check out my stream on Twitter. Well, not my stream, but my pictures and stuff that I post, the projects I'm working on. I think I posted a Nightmare in the Dark there, and also on Instagram. And of course, if you like the channel, you like what you see, spread the word, and do what's right. And don't forget, of course, to hit the like button. It actually makes a difference. It helps you out. I don't really care about me, but it helps you guys out where it suggests stuff. Like if you like this video, it'll suggest other stuff. Like there's John from John's Arcade. You have that Tim guy. Great channels. Check out their channels. They're awesome. We're a small community here, so it's really fun to get everybody together and doing stuff that people like. So, all right, later, Cowboy Candy. I'll give you a shout out here, quick. He's saying later from Montana. Nice, cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you in the next one, and I guess I will. Let's see. I will get ready to sign off. Take care, guys.